Puppeteer. When this game first came out last September, I was pretty bummed out that I didn't get the chance to review it in time. I put it in the background of one of my reviews, teasing it and everything, but sadly I never got round to talking about it. And thank God I didn't get the time until now, because this game has grown on me 1,000,000% since I first played it. I'd written out the script for my review, describing Puppeteer as this slow and boring game that barely kept my attention for longer than half an hour. I have no idea what I was missing the first time round, because this game is good, pretty darn good. The story of Puppeteer centres around Kotaro, who is turned into a puppet by the Moon Bear King, who rips his head off and throws him into the dungeons. So the Moon Witch and her cat Yin Yang help Kotaro find a magical pair of scissors, while finding alternate heads to wear while he looks for his own. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. Does it help at all if I say this game's Japanese? But the way Puppeteer presents the story makes it work really well. It doesn't just feel like another case of typical Japanese craziness, even if that is pretty much what it is. The overall theme of Puppeteer is that it's a stage play, and oh my god do they commit to this theme. Curtains on the left and right, cardboard scenery being alternated with every scene, hilarious musical numbers, even a bloody audience that laughs and gasps at everything. And really, this has to be the most easily amused crowd in any game or film or anything ever. I mean, look at the way they laugh at this. Seriously, okay, was it really that funny? I mean, come on, what? And it's weird, because I've always wanted to play a game that features a laugh track, and it's just as weird as I thought it'd be. And it's great, because you will actually find yourself laughing along with the audience, because Puppeteer is way funnier than you would expect it to be.
This Saturday morning cartoon is over! We're done! Next scene. Yes, Kotaro, they love you. Now walk! That's cheating, you scurvy! Whatever, giant enemy crab defeated! What a waste of good dessert.
Don't worry, my dear. The stage crew will eat the leftovers.
The who? You're a bird. Don't you know how to tweet? 140 characters or less. Go.
Like seriously, look at the cover for this game. Does this look like the kind of game you'd expect to hear a character say Wiener Poo in? Wiener Poo. A character, at one point in the game, says That's like if you're watching Spirited Away and then Chihiro just says arse crack. It's like a completely different world of lingo. It doesn't fit with the game. At first, I did find the gameplay slightly boring. Maybe it's because I'd come straight from Rayman Legends at the time, but just something about this seemed really slow and lacking energy. Like really, couldn't you have done better than one static drawing while the narrator babbles on for like 5 minutes? Alright, it's not 5 minutes, it's like 30 seconds, but it feels like 5 minutes. And seriously, how long do we need to see this giant frog crying? It goes on for an eternity! I don't know why. How many hours of animation was spent just doing this? It's not worthwhile! It's still going! What is this? Why? But when you really place yourself in the belief that you're watching a stage play, it sorta kinda works. There's a certain charm to all of it. Cutting through materials and enemies to make your way through the environment is really fun and never became boring for me. And having the health system in the game also act as collectibles is strangely unique in a really cool way. You can track your progress on how many different heads you've picked up throughout the game, so it is a collectible, yet at the same time, they're health. It's like having the costumes in Little Big Planet as your health, and depending on what costume you're wearing, the level could play out in a completely different way. For example, because I'm wearing this crab head, this giant crab just helped me out during the boss fight, and because I'm wearing a slice of cake head in this level, I was sent on an entirely different part of the level. It is pretty awesome. Overall, Puppeteer is a pretty great game. They could have easily have made it like any other side-scroller with magical scissors, you know, because there's so many of them, but instead they turned it into something really creative. It's great to see a game in 2013 that really has this much fun with the medium. I mean, look at that. What Broadway production would be able to achieve that? It's so wacky, creative, and fun. It's honestly like a stage play directed by Hayao Miyazaki. That is the best way I can put this game, and if that doesn't sound awesome to you, then stop watching this video. I don't know why, just stop. It's incredibly refreshing to see a game strive so much to be something new, which is probably why it feels so much like a PS1 game at heart. It feels experimental and exciting and fresh, a feeling that's been lacking in games for way too long. My only nitpicks are that it's pretty easy and slightly short. 7 worlds with 3 levels each doesn't really sound like that much, but each world or act feels completely different from the rest and offers something new, which is awesome. From a Nightmare Before Christmas-esque Halloween world to a world straight out of Guacamelee, Puppeteer is never a dull moment. I just wish there were more moments to be had. And with the way this game sold, a sequel does not seem all too likely, which is a shame. I would like to see a sequel personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if a sequel never comes around. Still, for what it is, Puppeteer is an awesome game, and I've never been more glad to have given a game a second chance.